Good evening. My name is Tiffany Merity and I'm an MBA student at Southern University. I'm here to do a presentation for my business communications class. In class, we watched a presentation by Randy Posh from his last lecture series. During his presentation, Randy talked about some of his childhood dreams and how he went about achieving those dreams. First, we're going to talk about the effectiveness of the introduction, body, and conclusion. From the beginning, Randy grabbed the audience attention by connecting with them by giving them a personal story of his health issues. He also grabbed the audience attention by doing push-ups despite his health issues. Within the body of his introduction, he used visual representations of pictures and videos to show the audience how he went about achieving those dreams. And finally, through his conclusion, he summed up all his points and explained to the audience of how they can go about enabling their dreams. Next, we're going to talk about the evidence of effective overall organization. From the beginning, Randy was very organized about his presentation and how he would present it to the audience. For example, for his childhood dreams, he had a list on the PowerPoint of each dream that he wanted to achieve as a child, and from that, it gave the audience a sense of where he was going and what he would be talking about throughout his presentation. Furthermore, his use of verbal signposts to create coherence. Randy used words like moving on to let the audience know that he was moving on to the next topic and to also sum up that he was finished completing the topic that he was currently on. In addition to his verbal signposts, Randy also had emphasis of some main points. First, one of his main points was letting the audience know of the childhood dreams that he wanted to achieve. And secondly, he wanted the audience to learn how to enable their childhood dreams, and if they couldn't enable their dreams, to be able to enable the dreams of others. Next, I'm going to talk about the effectiveness of supporting details. So throughout the presentation, as I stated earlier, Randy used pictures and videos to show the audience of how he went about achieving those dreams. For example, winning stuffed animals. He showed various pictures of the different stuffed animals that he won. And also, he showed pictures and videos of when he achieved his goal of being in zero gravity. Also, Randy said a few quotes throughout his presentation. One of the quotes were, "Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you want." Also, another quote that stuck out to me was, "Brick walls are there for a reason. Either they show you who you are, or they keep the people out who don't want it." Furthermore, we're going to talk about the focus on audience benefits. So the goal of Randy's presentation was to not only talk about his childhood achievements, but to explain it in a way that would have the audience leaving with a willingness to enable their childhood dreams or to enable the childhood dreams of others. He did this in a way of connecting with the audience, of using stories and examples, and also video presentations. Next, we're going to talk about Randy's enthusiasm for the topic. From beginning to end, Randy was very enthusiastic about the topic. There was never a dull moment throughout his presentation. Randy remained enthusiastic throughout. And with his enthusiasm, as a listener and an audience member, it made me confident in knowing that Randy knew what he was talking about and that he took pride in what his presentation was all about. Finally, we're going to talk about the body language and personal mannerism. So, Randy's body language and mannerism was very open to the audience. He was not shunned away from the audience, or not in a way that was confident in knowing that he knew what he was talking about. So, as I said earlier, as a listener or an audience member, it made me be confident in what Randy was talking about, and it made me more open and willing to listen, so that way I can take some of the key points from Randy's presentation. To sum it all up, Randy's posh presentation of his last lecture series was very informative. He was confident in knowing what he was talking about. He used pictures and visual representations as examples of how he went about achieving those goals and dreams. He also used quotes within his presentation that stuck out to me and made me want to go enable some of my dreams that I have. Like I say, his presentation was very informative, and I plan to take on some of the points that Randy Posh gave to me.